All right, what's up, everybody? This is the Power 5 on WagerTalk TV for Wednesday, July 26th. I am Bryan Power, and of course, every morning here, this is what we do. We bring you 5 things you need to know: where the market's moving, who to sell high on, who to buy low on, our favorite stat of the day, and finally, what you all came for, a free play, our power play of the day. But of course, first, a reminder to please like, comment, subscribe here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, where there's a ton of great sports betting content every single day, not just this show. Be a part of the action. Once again, that is like, comment, subscribe here on the WagerTalk.com YouTube channel. Speaking of great content, hopefully you tuned into yesterday's show or caught it at some point, because we told you to sell high on Rich Hill's 8-0 over streak. That came to an end. We told you to buy low on Arizona. They win. And our power play of the day, Reds plus 130. I know some people in the comments, had some consternation about that game, but the Reds pulled it out. They get the win, 4-3, despite a near bullpen meltdown. So good day on the program yesterday. Let's do it again here today. There is a ton of daytime action on Wednesday, so let's get right to how the market is moving. We, of course, do that by checking the WagerTalk.com odds screen. Bettors really seem to like the over in Mariners Twins, which is a 1:10 Eastern time start. The number here opened at 8.5. It's now a juiced 8. Big comeback win for Seattle last night. But today's starter, Bryce Miller, is a guy I'm looking to fade. And then for Minnesota, Joe Ryan has seen the over hit in 4 consecutive outings. He's got a 6.90 ERA and a 1.47 whip in the last 3. So maybe more runs than expected there. Later in the afternoon, bettors are also getting on the over in Blue Jays-Dodgers. That number opened 9.5. It's a juice 10. Remember what I said yesterday about the Dodgers. Since Clayton Kershaw's last start, which was on June 27th, they have the second highest ERA. Their rotation, their starters have the second highest ERA in all of MLB. Wish I would have listened to my own stat, because unfortunately the Dodgers were a 3% loser last night for me. Not going to jump on them today, because I'm not a Tony Gonsolin fan at all. He's got a 6.97 ERA going back to mid-June. For Toronto, the inconsistent Yusei Kikuchi, he allows one of the highest home run rates in all of Major League Baseball. These teams combined for 13 runs yesterday. Yes, a lot of them came late. 7 of them, I believe, to be exact, in the 9th. But there could be more fireworks on the horizon today at Chavez Ravine. Okay, now it's time to sell high. We're 2 for 2 in this segment this week. Let's make it 3 for 3. I know Houston has taken the first 2 games of their series with Texas, and these teams are now separated by just 1 game in the AL West. But should the Astros really be this big of a favorite today after 2 competitively priced games that ended up being decided by 1 run? I do not think so. Framber Valdez is allowing a career-worst fly ball rate this season for the Astros. And the Rangers, number 2 in all of MLB and WRC plus versus lefties, they should give plenty of support to Andrew Heaney today. I would look to the dog in today's Lone Star Series matchup. From Texas to the Windy City of Chicago, it is now time for buy low. And I think the White Sox, a team few are going to want to touch on today's slate, are an excellent buy low candidate. I know Lance Lynn really stunk his last time out, but I believe he's better than his season-long numbers would seem to indicate. And the Cubs' Marcus Stroman, who, is the subject of a lot of trade rumors, as is Lynn, he had a great first half. At least most of the first half, Stroman was great, but he's allowed 4 runs or more in 4 of his last 5 starts. The public is going to see the Cubs as a short road favorite off an easy win last night. I say don't fall for that. The White Sox are a buy low candidate on Wednesday. Stat of the day. We all know the Marlins have really struggled since the All-Star break. They dropped 9 of 10 overall. They've also lost 10 in a row on the road going back before the All-Star break. So they look to be in real trouble this afternoon at Tampa, where I don't think even Sandy Alcantara can save them. That's because, and here's your stat of the day, the Marlins are now just 2-19 versus the Rays going back to May of 2019. Look, we knew only one of these teams could turn it around in the Sunshine State in this series, and it looks like it's going to be the Rays. The Marlins, as most know, were a strong regression candidate coming out of the break, and wow, as the regression monster bit them hard. Before we get to today's free play, I do want to remind you all once again, you can get all of my August and September college football selections free of charge. Here's the deal. Last Friday, I celebrated my 1-year anniversary at WagerTalk. From last year's playoffs all the way through the All-Star break, I was the most profitable handicapper at WagerTalk in Major League Baseball. And for a limited time, if you purchase my MLB season package, you get all of August and September's college football plays at no additional cost. That's all MLB and college football plays, including those big 5% plays. I'm number one at WagerTalk, going back to last bowl season with all 5% plays. Through the end of September, you get all those sports, those two sports for just $435. That's nearly a $300 savings. College football last year, number one with plays rated 4% or higher. I hit 60% for the season with those. All right. Speaking of something I hit yesterday, it was the Reds as our power play of the day. I'm going back to them on Wednesday. Here's the thing, gang. Despite Milwaukee being 9-3 head-to-head against the Reds this season, I simply do not believe the Brewers are a demonstrably better team than the Reds. In fact, I think the Reds are the better team. People could talk about the Reds' rotation as a weak spot, and there's certainly some good points to be made there. But yesterday I told you how bad this Brewers offense has been for the balance of the season. They rank last in the National League in most of the traditional categories, like OPS. Reds pitching, okay, as malign as it's been, they have done the job against Milwaukee. They've allowed just 15 runs in the last 6 head-to-head meetings. Ben Lively, who starts today, has actually not been that bad for the Reds. He's allowed 3 runs or fewer in each of his last 5 starts. Well, for Milwaukee, Freddie Peralta got bombed his last time out. I know it was against Atlanta. But with the total for this game having already moved up to 9 from an opener of 8.5, bettors are expecting at least one of these offenses to wake up today. And I think it's going to be Cincinnati's. Again, I know there's this narrative that, the Reds can't just keep winning in slugfests. But the bottom line is every game with Milwaukee has been low scoring. The pitching has done its job. I think the Reds bats wake up today against Peralta, and the Reds again at plus money, plus 130. That is your power play of the day. And that is it for the Power 5 for Wednesday, July 26th. Now let's all go and cash some tickets.